One more guitar rescue job for 2025, and it's a minger. Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Right everyone, welcome back. My name's Paul, this is Milehouse Studios. I'll wear a big smile no matter how many abusive fucking replies you give me in the comments section. Tossers, you know who you are. I do a bit of swearing and I talk a lot. If you don't like those two things inherently, don't watch the video, don't complain. I'll see you later. It was lovely meeting you, and even though I didn't meet you, and that's really the bonus. This is a donation. This is a donation from Paul. I think it's Paul Edwards. It's been a while. This thing's been in the workshop a long time. It is a Hohner Rockwood Pro, right? This is not a mung bean of a guitar. This thing, these have got a great little reputation. This has been played a lot. If I've got the donator wrong, please comment below if you're the real donator and I will pin it. Quite often, people, if I make a mistake, I will pin the comments. So always read that one first. And, you know, if I do something on a Chibson, say, and 5,000 people want to comment and say, Slashes was a fake, then read the pinned comment first, because if you might think you're the only person that knows it, but actually everyone knows it. And it might save you a bit of fucking thumb time on your Nokia 402 with predictive text, wasabi, or whatever it's called. Anyway, this thing has been kicking around for a while. It's got some severe fret wire, but the frets are sausagey enough that we can just skim the tops off them. Probably needed a tap down and a bit of love anyway. This has got a good reputation. Someone, I think the owner, has tried scarfing off the back of this neck. They've taken a bit too much there. We're going to try and titillate that off. The tuners were missing. I can't remember where they are. They may have been sent. They were probably shit. But I have got a set of Wilkinson Clusen Stylesque, which will go on, all right? The screw holes won't line up, but we'll give all this a sound. I'm going to mat this whole neck. So I'm going to do a fret job, and I'm going to mat the neck. The body has got some scuffs and dings and dents, but just so you know, this is going, fucking get organised, Paul. This is going to a teenager, one of my lad's mates. He's having it for 100 quid. It's going to be going to St. Luke's Hospice, which is a local hospice in Plymouth. So that's lovely, jubbly. Palliative care and all that sort of stuff. Everyone's been affected by all that sort of thing. So I'm not going to dick around too much with this. I have given these pots a little spray, all right? They've had a bit of deoxit. I know it's probably wrong. Don't give a fuck. Don't comment. And the switches have had switch cleaner in stuff, all right? I've sprayed it with lubrication, and because when I tested the electrics, there was more crack than the average Minneapolis street corner. But they're lovely. It's fine now. The pots are tiny, but no one's going to care. No one's going to care about the size of the pots in this bedroom basher. So as far as I'm concerned, that body works, and I'm fucking it off to the side, and everything we do today is on this, which, as we all know, 95% of the magic of your guitar is in this. If these bodies have been made from reconstituted wildebeest toenail clippings, it doesn't matter a fuck, all right? As long as the humbuckers are all right and we haven't got any issues with wiring, we should be absolutely tickety-boo. So there, fingers crossed. Put this aside, let's have a little look at the neck. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I can't do much about that mark there, all right? I'm not painting the fucking thing, but we can sand this whole neck, the side of it, and all the sides here, and get it all matte. And I'm just going to try and get it to a nice finish. Biggest mistake people will make is hit this with far too tough a grit sandpaper. Just do a bit of extra work and start at like a 400. That'll do you fine. Oh! I just heard Alan. I haven't heard Alan for ages. No. Well, I'm going to speed through this. I'm going to go through various grits of soft pads, and I'm going to see what it comes up like. And then if it needs it, I'm going to wallop it with a bit of polish on the old polisher, and that'll bring it up nice and even. Crisp and even. That's the last bit of Christmas for you there.
One eternity later.
Right, that didn't take long actually. I didn't go absolutely berserk. I've matted that. It's pretty nice. It's very, very satin. I've cheated a little bit. I went 400. I went my sanding pads. I think the finest one's 1,000. And then I just nipped over the top with a bit of Renaissance wax and pretty much buffed most of that off. But that is fucking slicker than the back of my head. Absolutely brilliant. If you want to know what I'm watching today, look, I've got Chris Reynolds on in the workshop. I actually like a bit of Chris. A guilty pleasure. Initially, he thought I was a prick. But let's be honest, that just means he's a good judge of character because he got it fucking bang on first time round. Yep. Go and check out Chris Reynolds' guitar. Love it. So the next step, I've got a bit of cheeky 400. Over here, Dave, twat. I've got a bit of cheeky 400. This fretboard is absolutely munting. It's had a right kick in. So I'm going 400 against the grain. I'm going in one direction, right up to the edge of the fret, not on the fret. And I'm just taking the worst because it feels gnarly, this fretboard. Absolutely not great at all. It's going to get sanded inadvertently anyway on the fret job. So there you go. If you like watching these fret jobs, I do worry it's the same every week. A lot of you like watching the same shit every week. I mean, we get through fucking 25, 30 years of marriage, don't we? So we all have a bit of rinse and repeat. But if there's something you want to see, something I've missed in a video, feel free to comment constructively. Don't be a twat. Whoo! Whilst filming this, I'm on 69,960 subs. We need 40 more, which will probably be today, and I will hit the magic 70k by Christmas. Last Christmas, I was at 10k, which amazed me after 1 year of YouTube. That was fucking astounding. To be at 70,000 by the end of year 2 is pretty phenomenal. Coming up in January, I am going to make a 2 years in YouTube video. I'll take you behind the beef curtains. And you can see a little bit about what it's like to be doing what I'm doing. I'll give you a tour of the world. We'll mix it up a little bit. How much a good video earns, how much a bad video earns. You can have a tour of Fritzl's. All right, Uncle Joe's not in there. Imagine if Mr. Fritzl actually turned up here because he Google searched it and he thought someone had moved his basement. I would kick that fucking... Anyway, I would stick him down in the basement and try and impregnate him for fucking 20 years. The dirty old... So anyway, I'm going to sand this fretboard up. This is just an initial. It always looks worse when you start, all right? It's a bit like when I used to cut my kids' hair. And I'd start it and think, oh, proper fucked it this time. But you'd pull it back. You'd rescue it. It's easy to do a rescue job when the twat's head's square anyway. Right, now I've done that, I'm just going to go over everything with the soft pad. Never going to take enough off these frets to worry. Fret ends on this guitar are not even past the binding, so they feel phenomenal. I might get Phil in later to give these a quick wank, just the final wank of the year. Lovely. And that's going to get a lot more sanding yet because we're going to do the fret job. So let's reconvene over in the jig. I want to use a jig because I want to make sure that this neck is held dead, square, lovely, true and plumb. Who doesn't love a fucking plum? And then we'll just run the leveling beam over these just a touch, just to see what they're like. And away we go. I am actually going to mat that up. I'll come back to that. I want to mat that and make it look like that. So it looks a little bit more... It's come up looking lovely, isn't it? A little bit more work done on the paintwork. I'll do that off camera. Let's get over on the jig and sort these frets out. A quick run through. Just a quick run through. We're not going to do a full fret job video because it's boring to edit, to be honest. But we will do at least 2 or 3 next year. I will take you through full fret jobs. Nipple milking, sexualized fret jobs, the likes of which you've never seen on the internet in every hairy detail. Right, here we are over on the neck bench. I've made this. Quite often I've got to alter it for different headstocks and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to do an updated version of this next year and you can have a little look. I'll do a video, all right? So calm yourselves down. When's the neck jig video? Oh, all right, steady, fucking steady. I've got my crimson notch straight edge on here. There is a Fretalizer one coming as well, which is actually very, very nice. So we've got that on there. I've got the skinniest of skinny little gauges, feeler gauge, and we're dead flat. I can't see any daylight. There's no queef of relief. So all I'm going to do is just hold that neck nice and firm. Just do me pins. That should be holding that nice and flat. Now, occasionally people do say to me, why do you never mask up your fretboard? And if you're a mongoose and you can't draw on a fret without fucking having a wibbly wobbly, then mask up your fretboard. But I like to check all the way through the process that I'm still straight and true. All right, you're not straight edge. You put that on there every 3 minutes. You can't do that if you tape your fretboard up. It's going to lie to you. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to trust the fact that I can draw. I can keep between the lines. Lots of cowboy cord wear. Tons of it. Let's just run over here now. Always start at this end. Put your thumb over the nut. Lots of high spots, lots of low spots, no surprises, there never fucking is. I'm going to keep going until these red dots are almost disappeared. Let's just see how cheeky we can get it. I don't want to refret this guitar, it's really not worth doing that. We're getting somewhere. Now at this point, just double check. Nothing wrong with double checking. Things move, nothing behaves. We're all good. There's no point leveling a fucking bent fretboard, alright? Using bonds. We want to use the fact that this beam is level and flat and it's almost covering the whole fretboard. Right, I'm there. We've taken quite a lot off. There's a little bit of pen showing. But sometimes, even if there's a little bit of pen showing, you get the rocker out and she's pretty much there. I'm happy with that. If this was vintage fret wire, you would never have been able to do that. Not with that much fret wear. They'd be fucked. You'd be down to the nubbins. And no one likes a nubbin, do they? It's creepy. I'm now gonna, the secret is now, I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna go the opposite way. And now I'm going to go through with some much finer sandpaper. Right, now for the sake of posterity, because I ain't filming it, because I don't want to edit it, alright? It's Christmas Eve. I don't want to be editing this shit. My one Music Nomad tool. If you've looked at Music Nomad on Amazon and shit your pants at the prices, you're fucking right to, because they're disgusting. But that is the best fret file, the best recrowning file I've ever got. It's got a lovely rounded top. I love my StewMac Z file, but it's got square edges. It's not conducive to the modern sausage. They are more often than not rounded and jumbo. This thing's got a safety line on the top. You cannot over fucking do it. That is amazing. All right, if you want to attempt your first recrown job, spend 100 quid, buy that. It's fucking brilliant. All right. So I'm going to red these up again. I'm going to recrown. I'm going to use a fertilizer to really polish this all up. I'm going to sand the fuck out of everything. I'm going to come back when it's all oiled and looking lovely. I'll see you back on the bench and we'll run through a bit of setup. See you in a minute. Right, hopefully that was enough to get you over the line. Let's get down to the nitty gritty now, shall we? The brass taxes, whatever. Sometimes it's nice to get a saying wrong, because more of you copy and go fucking berserk. You can't say that's the wrong thing. So I can't find lots of the bits for this guitar. I can't remember if all the bits came with it. I'm not sure. And the neck is done, it's oiled up, it's all matted, it's all looking lovely. It's a bit fingerprinty. We'll give it a polish before I send it off. We'll de-spaffify it. The neck's gonna go on. I can't remember if it was shimmed. I can't fucking remember anything at this point. I've widened these holes. I've widened these holes out because I've found these black screws. I've got an Epiphone plate. Sacrilege, but there you go. Is Epiphone an upgrade? No, it's fucking not. Of course it's not. Epiphone's dog shit. That's harsh. That's harsh. It's not. They're not. Cheaper ones are. That SL thing I bought, the Illuminati blue thing. Fuck me, that was a pile of horse crap. On she goes onto the Milehouse Studios neck rest. Obviously, if you're not using one of them, who even are you, Dave? Come on, mate, get on the program. We're down this end now. We've got Wilkinson tune hairs. We've covered up a lot of the bullshittery. It's got mojo, the guitar. It's battered, it's used. But who cares? It's actually relicked. It's been fucked about with. I've double checked. It's a 2mm O in there. It's a bit bigger actually, but we'll go with 2mm. We're going to put these on to pretty much wherever you put them on to follow the contour of the headstock, or wherever you put them on so that your tuners are straight. That's up to you. I've seen Gibsons wonky as fuck. I've seen Epiphones even wonkier. I've seen things that I've done wonkier still. So don't panic too much, all right? As long as it looks nice from the front, don't worry. It's like me. It's got to look nice from the front. You know when you go out and you look at yourself, you see, I'm fucking looking dapper, ain't I? And then you see a photo of yourself side on with a pint looking like a fucking hippocrocker pig. Lying to yourself, innit you? You just got to look nice from the front. I don't care what the barber does to the back of my head. Looks like the back of a fucking fridge freezer. There we go. I've had to chuck some random sparesy screws in there, but that's not the end of the world. Right, I've got this little plate here, which is from an Epiphone. It's the wrong fucking plate, but it doesn't really matter. On goes our nut. Right, now we've got the nut on. Everything feels fine. We'll just drill some new holes to locate it, because they're not quite the same. I've got some teeny tiny screws I can put in there later. That'll do for that. Let's not lose that bit. Lovely. Right, I'm going to get a strung... Oh, we need some knobs, because I've got no knobs. I have. It's not really worth writing home about, though, if I'm honest. We're going with Goldie Goldisons. All of them on max. Get them all facing the same way, because we're not animals. Quite often I'm just using spare bits that have just turned up at my PO box. I don't even know who sends them. Sometimes you boys don't even put notes on. But they all get used. It all goes in the drawer of wonder, doesn't it? It just gets used. Like times like this, we can bring this basher back to life. This boy might end up being a shit-hot guitarist. Probably fucking won't, but he might. So that's all that matters, isn't it? Right, Geico send me lots of freebies. So we've got some strap locks here that can go on. And I like the fact that they come with massive, great screws. Big screws. Balls deep screws. I'm always happy with that. Mrs. Richards would be over the fucking moon. But sometimes just tough shit, innit? Last time I did a Les Paul, it was a screw-on neck. And someone commented that all screw-on Les Pauls are disgusting and they shouldn't be made. And it goes against everything that a Les Paul stands for. I mean, it's a harsh internet opinion, of which we know there are many. But I couldn't disagree more. It's just a fucking guitar, mate. It's not that deep. Not bad at all. Intonation within one click. 1 cent on that is inaudible to my cauliflower ears. So that is pretty damn good. Let's just check string heights. Now, just so everyone knows, just so everyone knows, before I do anything now, I'm in tune. I'm just going to check that my neck hasn't got a huge amount of bow. And it has got a monumental amount of bow. Of course it has. Why has it got a monumental amount of bow? Because we adjusted the truss rod to straighten the neck while there was no tension on it. Now there's tension on it. It's fucking doing the luge. Stiff old truss rod, that one. Shit my pants for a minute there. Didn't really check it very much. Let's check our heights at the nut. Now, I was asked, does the little StewMac gauge, does the weight of that little doofer, when I use it to check the height at the 12th, when obviously there's less tension on the string, does it make the string dip down? Not by a measurable amount. Not that I can test with feeler gauges. When I measure that and then I use feeler gauges, I get as near as damn it the same result. The question I ask myself is, if the weight of that little plunger is affecting the string height at the 12th, then it's doing it every time. So it's consistent. So if I set my guitars up to 1.6, 1.4 with this gauge, if that's actually 1.5 to 1.3 in the real world, if we measured it with lasers, it doesn't matter because that feels fantastic to me and that's how I set my guitars up every time. So this may not give you a 100% accuracy, it might be 95% accuracy, but it does give you consistency. And consistency with setups for me is the goal. Consistency with building, every technique I do is, can it be repeated and is it consistent? So this is one of the best tools I've ever bought. And I recommend if you're gonna set lots of guitars up, you can do what this does with a feeler gauge, you can. You can use one of the depth gauge cards, which I don't like because I can't fucking see them. But if you're going to do it for a job, that is amazing. 160 quid, but fuck me, what a tool. I also can't see it without spectacles. Right, now because we've done a fret job, we've lost a little bit on the fret heights. Not a lot, but it is enough to notice. So I have to knock my nut down, all right? Because I'm at about 0.8. I just want to come down to about 0.5, 0.4. We're not going to go too mental. I think this is a plastic nut. Don't know how well it's going to last. So what I want to check that my action is not mental and out of the way. It's actually 1.65 to 2 mil. So I'm going to knock that down. Both of these measurements affect each other. So before I start cutting anything, I want to get it ballpark. So I'm going to wind that one down and get it to 1.4. Oh, I really want to play this guitar. This is what I love. This thing was fucked. It needed so much love, and we're going to bring it back, and someone's going to have this, and it's going to play amazing. That person's not going to realise quite how nicely their guitar plays until they pick up their mates, and it's going to be a bag of shit. So again, knocking that nut down, knocked us down at this end. So we just got to we've got the nut to the height we want, and now we're just going to raise it up. 1.62, lovely. 1.55, so we can go down a little bit. That's it, we're largely set up. She's intonated. We've got one final check of our relief. A queef of relief, tiny, just a bit of daylight in the middle. Why do we have a queef of relief? Now, there are lots of theories, lots of people that moan about relief in necks. People that don't agree, people that do agree, people that prefer fall away on frets. I don't do any of that. I like to just level my frets. I get my neck straight. I level my frets while the neck is straight. When I put a queef of relief in, it's because seasonally necks need adjusting. Now, if I have a queef of relief, if I have a little bit of relief, a bit of daylight, then if that neck does go the other way, I'm not going to get a back bow. I'm just going to end up probably with a straight neck. And then seasonally, it might dip forward. I'm always adjusting my truss rods at home throughout the year on my guitars because I want them to be set up nicely how I like them. So you can definitely play a neck without relief. I can't disagree with anyone that thinks neck relief is pointless, but other people think it's not pointless. So don't fight about it. Doesn't matter. So everyone's, if you're a strummer, a cowboy chord strummer, some people like a bit more relief. If you're a shredder, people like a flat neck. I don't give a fuck, really, whatever you like. Whoever's setting your guitars up, if it's not you, and it should be you, because you can adjust a fucking screwdriver, then get to know them, all right? Tell them what you like. Tell them what you like. I like to be fingered from underneath with a small tickle. Well, there you go. That is a super cool little turnaround. I'm really chuffed with how that thing turns out. Lovely little player, nothing wrong with anything. I'm really chuffed. Pickups at night, they sounded right up my street, so I think they are they are pathy. But I've preempted and I've got out the voltmeter of choice. And I'm just going to check what the output is of these pickups because they feel very... I don't like a high output humbucker. Not a big fan. 7.7. 8. So yeah, 8 kilowatts and IMs. So that is, I think that's around PAF output. So there you go, everyone. Thank you to everything. I think this is the last video of the year. So happy new year. Don't get too pissed. I fucking will be. I'll be eating nibbly things and probably have garlic breath and a massive great hangover. But I'll see you in 2026 where it is going to get absolutely stonking. And there's a really cool little video series coming up. Just a two-parter between me and Andertons. You're going to enjoy that one. It's particularly dirty. Yeah, there you go. I look forward to the next raffle, which is coming in February for an absolute fucking worldie of a guitar. A basic bitch. That's all I'm going to call her. See you later, everyone. Special wave. And give Alan a wave. Double dose. Double dose. Fucking tell you, honestly, what a treat. Love you.
This is normal, this is normal, this is normal, and this is normal. And we're not talking about roast beef sandwiches.